we're here with Julie from Greenbrier Games. Julie, can you tell us something about the gaming company? I believe it's been in existence for about 3 years and a half.
3.5 years, yep. We are a group of friends who started off playing games, and then Jeff, our fearless leader, said, you know, I think I can make a game. And I went, sure, because we thought that was just, you know, we're sitting around, it was late night, we'd been playing all day. But then he presented us with the very first rendition of Zpocalypse, and we tore it to pieces, and we redid it, and eventually we had a game. And then we had a game.
So how does that work exactly? He presented
to you
the first edition of the game?
Yeah, it was, okay, so taking us way back, it was like he had taken a kind of a GURPS system and modified it, and it was awful. I told him to his face the first time. He knows there was no, but it was something, and we kind of pulled it apart and said what worked and what didn't. And what he came down to was he had been kind of leaning towards doing something that was more of an RPG, which was my background, and it didn't. What he was trying to do didn't work. It worked for a board game. He wanted a kind of a full immersion. The games that we had played had been all combat-oriented, which was fun, but not Walking Dead. It wasn't the, how are you going to find food? How are you going to survive the next minute? And then what happens when you're lulled into a false sense of security that everything's going to be, well, or at least normalcy. And then suddenly the zombies come out and you realize it's still not normal.
So did it take you a long time to convince him he should do a board game instead of an RPG?
No, it's really great. Our company is fantastic in the sense that we kill our babies all the time. Everybody, there's no ego. There's no, but this is my thing and you can't take away my thing.
That's very important.
It's huge, and it's rare to have that many people and be able to put aside, but I really wanted that. We know you really wanted it, but it doesn't work. And say, okay, and move forward. So I feel like he's fantastic with that. And there have been moments because, you know, he gets quiet and he goes, okay. Because at heart he's an engineer, and engineers fix problems. And so whenever there's a problem, when you break a game, fixing the problem is much more important than keeping the ideal, because the whole point was to make a game that was fun to play that worked, not make a game that he created.
So obviously you have a lot more games than just Zpocalypse.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about a lot of new stuff.
Sure. Well, I brought one of the many expansions, the Fortifications Pack, which is just a miniatures base, but we have ones that expand the world of Zpocalypse, like ours Emergency, which adds new mechanics as well. But then also we have partnered up with Hull Breach to make a Hull Breach game, which is a sci-fi card game, and it is super fun for somebody who actually didn't get to make it and just get to play it. I'm a huge fan. You are in the future in a world that is expanded out into the universe, and on the home front, the home planets think everything's great and fine, but really there's this vying for power out in the deep space between major corporations that are conglomerates of planets that have great amount of wealth, and so they've made their own personal armies and marines versus the actual government, and then the periphery, the browncoats, if you will, who are all fighting for domination. So you have a station, and you use your station to build economy, to buy ships and employ marines, and then you send them out into other people's stations to bash the shit out of them. That's basically what it comes down to. Or you, like me, hold back and play a lot of more manipulative cards that kind of sway the battle and build your own defenses, and then once everybody else is fought, you then clean up because they're weakened, and then you kill everybody. Which is how I like to play it.
This seems to be a recurring theme in your games.
Oh yes.
Everyone?
Yeah. Well, no, Ninja Dice is a little bit more family friendly. You can, but so Ninja Dice, the object is to never be seen, and so you fight when you have to, but it's more a matter of getting very stealthy. So Ninja Dice is the kinder, gentler, and it's all cute, and, you know.
So what sets your games apart from other board games?
Ooh, that's a good question.
What's the difference?
What's the difference? There are a lot of good games out there, but I will say that our games are like I said, we work as a team, we work as a group. There's no one, much like Zpocalypse, we're a squad. You're not the lone wolf. So if we're all happy with the game, we know that it's that much more likely that people out there will be happy with the game. And that's our goal, is to have fun and not take anything too seriously. But yes, our theme is, I mean, our logo is it's the survivor. It's a gritty reality kind of, that's our feel that we like to go for.